Good day everyone, I am Jessica May Sanchez Udantabao. Welcome to my video report on Chapter 3, Lesson 3, The Assessment of Reading Performance. Today, we'll explore how assessment plays a vital role in improving our reading comprehension and teaching effectiveness. So, grab your notes, open your minds, and let's dive into the world of assessment. Assessment plays a critical role in teaching and learning. These are measures to ascertain how and how much of the instructional delivery is carried out. Simply take note that assessment is basically the alignment of the objectives or outcome to the activities being carried out. Well, though of learning outcomes if not appraised within or after the teaching and learning engagement become ineffective. In teaching reading, there are assessment activities that are predominantly adapted towards the attainment of comprehension skills. Assessment is not just about giving grades, it's about understanding how well learning happens. In reading instruction, assessment helps teachers see if their lesson really met the learning objectives and if students truly comprehend what they read. According to Allen in year 2004, assessment is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about students' learning. In simple words, it helps teachers know what students know, understand, and can do after a lesson. It gives feedback that both teachers and students can use for improvements. Assessment in reading instruction allows the students to check their own understanding and monitor progress in the attainment of learning objectives and the development of reading comprehension skills. Likewise, this prompts you, prospective teachers, that every academic engagement is within the realms of the intended learning outcomes. This is the reason why many consider this as a critical part of teaching learning, because as teachers, you need to ensure that the assessment measures or activities captures what you intend them to demonstrate within a time frame. Assessment allows students to check their understanding and monitor their improvements. It ensures that every reading activities like quizzes, oral reading, or book reports leads to the intended learning outcomes. It also helps teachers guide students better so that learning becomes more effective and meaningful. Allen in year 2004 claims that assessment involves the use of empirical data on student learning to refine programs and improve students' learning. Allen emphasizes using concrete data to improve student learning. Think of it like checking the pulse of student progress and adjusting the teaching approach accordingly. By looking at empirical data, educators can refine their programs to better support students. Moreover, Huba and Fred in year 2000 said that assessment is the process of gathering and discussing information from multiple and diverse sources to develop a deep understanding of what students know, understand, and can do with their knowledge as a result of their educational experiences. The process culminates when assessment results are used to improve subsequent learning. Huba and Fred describe assessment as a collaborative process. It's about gathering information from various sources to get a complete picture of what students have learned. The goal is to understand not just what students know, but what they can do with that knowledge. The ultimate aim is to use this information to improve future learning. Irwin in year 1991 expressed that assessment is the systematic basis for making inferences about the learning and development of students. It is the process of defining, selecting, designing, collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and using the information to increase students' learning and development. Darwin highlights the systematic nature of assessment. It is a deliberate process of collecting and analyzing data to understand student learning and development. Think of it like a feedback loop. Collect data, analyze it, and use it to inform teaching and learning. Palomba and Banta in year 1999 posit that assessment is a systematic collection, review, and use of information about educational programs undertaken for the purpose of improving student learning and development. Palomba and Rand's focus on systematic collection of information in improving student learning. It's about gathering data, reviewing it, and using it to make positive changes. The goal is to enhance student learning and development through informed decision making. To sum it up, assessment measures and improves learning. It is important in reading because it checks comprehensions and progress. It helps both teachers and students become more effective and aware of their learning. Remember, assessment is not just about scores. It's about growth, reflections, and improvements. And that's the end of my report about the assessment of reading performance. I hope you learned that assessment is not something to fear. It's something that helps us grow as a learner and as a reader. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good day.